Chinatown 96. The thing was so simple then.
Red lantern swaying in the Leicester Square breeze. We were just two kids living life with such ease. You had that look in your eye, like you owned the whole street. A London summer rhythm, a heart-skipping beat. I didn't know the secrets, didn't know about the line. I just knew that for a moment you were finally mine. We sat on the steps while the city rushed by. Two stars caught together in a dark London sky. You laughed at my accent, I laughed at your hair. There was a magic in the silence, a charge in the air. You told me you were metal, a queen in the making, a heart full of fire and a love for the taking. I didn't see the shadows hiding under the gate. I didn't know that innocence had a shelf life and date. I just saw the girl with the world in her hands, making her way through the foreign land. Then you reached out your hand and you looked in my eyes, underneath the weight of the orange-gray skies. You whispered a secret, you whispered a name, and the world for me was never the same. The Chinatown pinky promise locked in the light, before the world turned to gray, before the dark of the night. We swore on the stars, we swore on the rain, that nothing would ever bring us this pain.
I promised you,
You promised me.
I promised you.
Your finger hooked mine, such a small, fragile thing, better than any gold or a diamond set ring. Don't ever leave me, you said with a smile. I'll stay right here for every long mile. I didn't know the trials, I didn't know the war. I just knew I'd never felt this certain before. Innocence before the London breach, before the 30-year silence. It was just you and me, just you and me. The Chinatown pinky promise locked in the light, before the world turned to gray, before the dark of the night. We swore on the stars, we swore on the rain, that nothing would ever bring us this pain. The promise is the sea, the promise is all I need. 1996, the beginning of the frequency. I'm still holding that pinky ting.
concrete basement somewhere off Edgware Road. Flickering neon, flashing like a broken code. The London fog was hanging heavy outside the door while we were chasing dreams across the base floor. I saw your face in the mirror of the spirit shelf. I promised I would guard you better than myself. The 96 promise, it felt so bulletproof before the shadows started screaming through the roof. Then the air went cold, the room hit zero. In this kind of story there's no room for a hero. The cues became weapons, the peace became a war. I saw the wood splinter, I saw you hit the floor. A flying chair, a flash of steel, a London scream. The violent end of a teenage dream. They told me run if you stay, she pays the price. So I traded my heart just to keep you on ice. London Bridge, the night the sky turned black. I left my soul there and I never looked back. Forced apart in the heart of the city. No time for mercy, no time for pity. I had to vanish. I had to break the line. I walked into the rain, blood on my sleeve. The hardest part of the lie was making you believe that I didn't want you, that I didn't care. While I was dying in the cold London air, the little wifey and the husband cold, buried in the mud of the old Kent Road. 30 years of running started that night, running from the shadows, running from the light.
I didn't leave you. I saved you. The promise is still there, locked in the dark. Wait for me. I'm coming down to face me, to finish what we started.
On the light rail tracks where the humid air hangs low, you were watching your daughter, watching her grow, while I was blocks away from the ticking of Big Ben, wondering if I'd ever see your face again. Life became a series of placeholders and names, just shadows moving moving slowly through different picture frames, but beneath the surface, in a place they couldn't see, I kept a frequency lock between you and me. I carved a life in London, built it out of stone. There was always a signal I couldn't leave alone. A Hello Kitty card, a ghost of a smile, kept the fire burning for every single mile. You were the metal queen in a world turned to gray. I was just a nomad waiting for today. Then the phone screen lit up and I saw your name. 30 years of silence went up in a flame. It wasn't a phantom, it wasn't a dream. The signal was stronger than it's ever been. The Tuen Mun frequency, cutting through the dark, crossing every ocean just to find the spark. 30 years of distance, shortened to a line. I'm finally back in sync, I'm finally back in time. I see the signal, I'm finally home, I'm finally home. I heard that you were hurting, I felt the winter chill. I'm holding your hand from a distance, staying still. The ginger and the honey, the biscuits in the box, are the keys I'm using now to pick the heavy locks. I'm sorry for the decades that we had to spend apart, but I never took the needle off the record of your heart. 30 years was just the static. The noise is gone now, the signal is 5 by 5. I can hear you breathing from the other side of the world, and it sounds like home. Just to find the spark. 30 years of distance, shortened to a line. I'm finally back in sync, I'm finally back in time. Wait for the April bridge. July is our extraction. Happiness from you.
10 years of shadows, just me in my head, trying to wake up from the things that were said. The London breeze left a hole in my chest. I was a nomad who couldn't find rest. I stayed away because the ghosts were too loud, lost in the static, lost in the crowd. Then I heard the truth, like a voice in the rain. The logos reached down and touched all the pain. I looked at your picture in 2020. I had every reason to stay cold and empty, but I chose to forgive you. I chose to be free, because the word was finally working in me. It wasn't about what you did or you didn't. It was about the love that was no longer hidden. Forgiveness was the light, the shield and the flame. I stopped running away when I called on his name. The decade of fighting was finally through. I was finding my way back to the man that you knew, getting my heart ready for that joy tonight, to stand in the dark and bring in the light. The word and the way, cutting through all the years, washing away 30 seasons of tears. From the mercy I found to the roar in the hole, I'm standing up straight, I'm standing up tall. He found me. The light is the way. That Wednesday night in Jordan, the air was so thin, but I had a power that was deeper within. The final goodbye to the ghosts of the past, because the peace of the logos is a peace that will last. I cleared the room, I stood on the floor. I'm not that broken boy anymore.
I forgive it all, Ting. I'm letting go of the weight.
The war is over.
The love is greater.
Coming home to you. I'm chasing them. I'm not running anymore. Room above Jordan, the neon light bleeds through the blind. 30 years of static playing tricks on my mind. My mother's breathing steady in the very next bed, but there's a riot breaking out inside of my head. The pool club, the chaos, the chairs in the air, the ghosts of 97, yeah, they're all standing there. They think they own the narrative, they think they own the girl, but I've come back from the edge of the world. I see the shadows shifting on the hotel wall. I hear the whispers telling me I'm gonna fall, but I've got a promise that's older than time, and letting you go was the only real crime. I'm killing ghouls, I'm killing ghosts tonight, tearing down the darkness just to find the light. I'm chasing demons through the corridors of sleep, keeping every promise that I swore I'd keep. I'm hunting the shadows till the shadows are gone. The trauma of the ex finally left its mark. My mother asks if I'm okay, she's trembling in her sleep. I tell her I'm just killing the secrets they keep. I'm hunting the man who had to run away. I'm killing the coward who had nothing to say. I'm clearing the site, I'm leveling the floor so I can walk through Tank's door. Wednesday night, Jordan. The demons tried to block the path to the airport. They try to tell me the 30 years won. They were wrong. The architect is awake now. I'm killing ghosts tonight, tearing down the darkness just to find the light. I'm chasing demons through the corridors of sleep, keeping every promise that I swore I'd keep. I'm killing ghouls. I'm killing ghosts tonight. Tearing down the darkness just to find the light. I'm chasing demons through the corridors of sleep, keeping every promise that I swore I'd keep. The sight is clear. The demons are dead. I'll see you at the airport. Sunday.
I thought I'd miss my chance. Standing by the window, watching planes take flight, thinking about the London rain in the middle of the night. I looked at my watch, then I looked at the gate, thinking 30 years of silence was a little bit too late. And then I saw a shadow moving through the crowd, the kind of beauty that doesn't need to be loud. Not a girl from a dream or a face from afar, but you walking toward me with that 1996 smile. The airport noise just faded to a hum. The moment I'd been waiting for had finally come. You said I'll try to see if I can see you here. And just like that, the 30 years disappear. No more demons in the dark, no more ghosts on the wall, just two people standing in a high-tech hall. I reached for your hand and the signal was true. I was finally standing with you. It's the end of the waiting, the end of the run, the long distance journey is finally done. I don't need a map, and I don't need a sign. I've got your hand held tightly in mine. In the middle of the airport, the world fell away. Everything I wanted to tell you, I'll say. 30 years of running, 30 years of rain, washed away by the touch of your hand on my pain. I see you, I finally see you. You told me to wait, and I'm glad that I stayed. The best decision that I've ever made. I'm heading to London, but I'm leaving my heart, knowing this time we won't stay apart. I'll find you a gift in the middle of soul. You're the only person who can make me feel